Here we are again with me doing basically the thing that I did a year ago, which is why I started this channel at all. That was a weird sentence. But yeah, ironically enough, I just made a video about the X-Men not too long ago, and now I'm doing it again. The reason why is because, once again, Nando V Movies is inviting people to talk about their favorite scenes in a franchise, but this time, it's the X-Men, although it doesn't actually have to be from the movies. So obviously, since I just made a 30-minute long video semi-ranting about the films and everything I don't like about them, my scene is definitely not from them. Instead, my scene is from the cartoon that I mentioned in that video, X-Men Evolution. I really should make a video talking about that series as a whole, so I'll try and refrain from doing that here, but the gist of it is that it's an adaptation of the X-Men where nearly all the main characters have been aged down to teenagers, with Professor X, Wolverine, Storm, and Beast being pretty much the only exceptions. It's an aspect that a lot of people don't like, and the show is definitely not perfect. It has a lot of flaws, but it is still, in my opinion, the best adaptation of the X-Men. In my previous video, I stated that the reason why was because in it the X-Men themselves have really strong characterization, and they really feel like a family. But there's another reason, and that reason is exemplified in this X-Cellent scene. The scene of which I am speaking is from Season 3, Episode 2, The Stuff of Heroes. In this episode, the X-Men are in a very tight spot. The mansion has been blown up, no surprise there, and the professor has been abducted by Mystique, and the X-Men have no idea where he is. On top of that, mutant kind has just been exposed to the world, and everybody hates them. Once again, no surprise there. Oh, and on top of all that, Mystique has also unleashed the Juggernaut, and he's about to go destroy a dam and flood a town. For reasons, I guess? Yeah, they don't exactly go that in-depth into his motivations. But, I mean, it's the Juggernaut. Does he ever have a motivation outside of, I'm the Juggernaut? Anyway, it ends up that the young X-Men, consisting of Cyclops, Jean, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, Rogue, Spike, and Iceman, are all on their own, with none of the adults, and they have to decide whether or not they're going to go and face the Juggernaut. Jean asks, are we getting involved or not? Scott says that it'll be just like their last conflict with some Sentinels, where despite the fact that they were simply defending themselves, everyone blamed them for the damage. And Jean says something very simple in response. Scott, what would the Professor have us do? And that's all that needed to be said. So that's my scene. It's very short, yes, but the reason I chose it is because it, in my opinion, entirely encapsulates what the X-Men are. The tagline for the X-Men is protecting a world that hates and fears them. Even from very, very early on in the comics, it's always been a big theme of the X-Men that despite the fact that they are hated and shunned by everyone, and they will never be treated like heroes for what they do, they keep doing it anyway, because it's the right thing to do. That's why the X-Men are my favorite superheroes. That simple fact right there of doing the right thing even though you won't get any credit is the definition of what a hero is. It's why the episode is explicitly titled The Stuff of Heroes. And it honestly boggles my mind that in just 2 lines out of a 20-minute episode, this show perfectly captures exactly what the X-Men are. And it's also pretty funny because this whole episode can honestly be viewed as a microcosm of the show itself, because it has really epic moments and the X-Men being exactly what they're supposed to be, but also has Wolverine exhibiting absolutely bizarre, out-of-character decision-making. So yeah, kind of like the show as a whole. It has really great stuff in it, but it also has stuff that just makes you go, ooh, This turned out really short, but I think in the future I'll make another video expanding on this topic a little bit in a slightly different light, so if you're interested, stick around and keep an eye out for that. In conclusion, thank you to Nando V Movies, the X-Men are the best, and go watch X-Men Evolution. I'll see you next time.